Hi, Arpo, I'm doing so.
काय जानू जानू तो देगा उन्हें जाओ जाओ देगा ना उसको कर कर
All right. It's amazing to see people joining. I think we should get just a minute more before
Yeah.
we all get started.
In the meantime, if anyone is comfortable, you can just turn on your camera. It's completely optional. We understand that.
I think we can get started, Arko.
Yeah, I think we
Let's
can.
people can keep joining in between. But yeah, so thank you so much, everyone, for making out some time on a Thursday evening. I know things go pretty busy when it comes to a working day, but taking out the time, it's a real pain for sure. So yeah, we are really excited to launch our new India chapter for this user group. So it all started with the idea that definitely we have a lot of experts in India who want to participate in these events, want to take their knowledge in various forms. Either it comes to the events, writing up the content, and we see a really nice community over here. So yeah, myself and Arco started this. I think sometime back itself.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
1 or 2 months back. So our basic idea was let's like first of all we were stunned like there is no India user group community.
Yeah.
Which is very really strange because we have a like quite a lot of practitioners than any other part of the world. So yeah, that's why we started it, so that we can network, we can share thoughts, we can learn something new, and build a strong community together.
All right, so we are starting with sharing up our screen. Okay, let's just see.
Can you guys see our screen?
Yes.
All right, so welcome everyone. So this is India chapter first. It's our first event that we are organizing. Okay, so this is a kickoff event. We try to just keep finding up certain stuff that we can share in this particular event. It's quite a nice. It's just about all the tools that we use regularly or may not use regularly, but that can just make things more efficient in nature. Okay. So before we get started, I really want everyone to be on mute. It just helps to keep it going, flowing smoothly. All right. So coming to the speakers, just to introduce myself, I'm Devanshu. I'm a consultant at TechX, and I'm an AEM User Group leader for India chapter. Over to you, Arko.
Yeah. Hey guys, I'm Arko. I'm a lead developer at OneTrust, and I'm also one of the leaders of this user group of the India chapter. Over to you, Devanshu.
So before we get started, let's just talk about few more AEM user group meetings. But before I just talk about the other user group meetings, I also wanted to little bit touch upon the user group as a whole. So user group is nothing but a chapter that has been created for multiple regions where we can have group leaders who can organize events which are offline and online, like virtual event. This is one of those. And we are looking forward to have more such events, picking up certain topics, new releases, new features, or tips and tricks, that just makes more people aware about what is going into the market side and just exchanging of the knowledge, kind of a skill exchange altogether. So we have one more new user group coming along, which is DAM Global User Group. The kickoff meeting is going to get organized on July 24th on Thursday at 10 a.m. EST. Go ahead, you know the page now. You can go to the AEM User Groups page, find out this user group with the name DAM Global User Group. And this is being hosted by AEM Assets DAM Global User Group chapter itself. And there is another one. I think I'm being following this chapter since pretty long time now, Women in Tech chapter. And they are also organizing one of the events on August 14th, Thursday. And this is about maintaining metadata in AM assets for Gen AI readiness. So in case you want to register, you can just go over there, click on RSVPs, or you can also use this scan in front of your screens. But don't worry about these details because these slides are going to get shared once the event is over.
Scan this up.
So yeah, as the next one, we have exchange coming along. There has been pretty much some of the even co-champions, right, Argo,
Yeah.
who are joining this time for the skill exchange. It generally goes for 3 days as a whole program, and where we cover different tracks. It is not just about AEM, it is analytics, AEM, and AJO, and pretty more stuff that comes along. So yeah, I think registrations are open early July, and you can just watch out for that as well.
Yeah.
So there is some new launches that are happening, which is one of those is, I think this is a great news for the people who are in AEP. So there is a new user group chapter that has been created for Adobe Experience Platform. And this is the first time this user group is getting created. So go join the user group chapters. And also, I think it must be a question for most of you people, like if you want to start your new chapter for a specific region, how to do it? You just need to fill out this interested form. There should be a minimum of 10 members which are required to launch a new chapter at a specific new location. Also, what you can do is you can also nominate some user group leaders for AEP. So because this is a new one that is coming along. So for that, you have the details on the right hand of your screen. You just need to mail with the AEP UGL nomination, specify your city name and why you think you would make a great leader. So you can also be one leader out of others in the user group chapters for AEP. At the same time, yes, we have some survey running along for the AEM Experience Manager, which is Adobe Experience Manager. So you can also share your experience, and there is a token of appreciation, which is for $25 gift card. And for doing that, what you need to do is just go on one of these QR codes, open up the link, put on the details about how your experience has been. You must be using AEM since long. So yeah, that would be helpful.
So, as you know, like as of every group, this group also have some kind of rules that we have, the basic ones. Like obviously, it's a community group, so there is no self promotion allowed or any kind of pitching of any kind of your products. So, and some other basic rules too that should be taken care. So just go through it and just keep this in mind. And yeah, this meeting is being recorded. Uh, we record the meeting so that later it can be like viewed on YouTube or any other platform. Anyone who doesn't want doesn't want themselves to be recorded, they can just wait for the session when it's uploaded online. And if you have any kind of query, just send it to advocacy@adobe.com. That will be good.
All right.
Yeah.
So coming along to this one, I think most of you must be aware that this is going to be the one of the way how you can just get updated about all of the new events coming along for AEM User Group India chapter. So all you need to do is, maybe you must have done it already, that you need to go to augs.adobe.com, put AEM User Group India chapter, and just click join, which will help you to get all the email notifications when it comes to the new events that are getting organized. Okay, so yeah, a lot of housekeeping stuff. So now to get started, this whole session is about working smart with AEM, things you wish you knew later. So we kept this pretty attractive kind of a title, because we just wanted to put those things over there which makes life easy altogether. It could be very small little pieces, but at the same time that makes a lot of volume in terms of how better you can perform in your day-to-day tasks, right? So it's just a 1 hour session which is all packed about the AEM and the tools around it, and we can just go over it one by one, and we can have a Q&A at the end, and where we can take all the questions what you guys are having. And even if something is spillover, so you can just anytime go ahead, post your questions on the email ID, which is advocacy@adobe.com, and we will get back to you with all the answers that we can provide. So there is one part which we want to talk about at the end of this session, which is early access to speaker registration. Myself and Arco was just going through this new amazing idea, because it should not be just both of us who will be part of this events for all the upcoming events. We really want more such people who wants to show up, be in front of people, try to tell about their experiences, or maybe it could be some new way around how they have solved one or the other problems. So we are going to talk about how you can go ahead and fill those forms for the nominations, and then you can be the next speaker for those events.
Yeah, anyways, this group is not just for like both of us. We are not the center of attraction at all. It's about all of us, like who all are the AEM geeks, I would say, or any person who is practicing for some years. We should all come up. We should try to build up the community and share any kind of knowledge that we can.
So before we get started, I just wanted to check if there are any questions running around. No, I think we are good.
Yeah, we are good.
All right.
So let's start with the first thing on our list, which is the AEM Quick Links tool. I think many of you have already heard about it or even used it. It's a very popular tool nowadays. They already have 2,000 users to this tool all around the globe. A very accessible tool for your day-to-day AEM tasks. So this tool is built by Source Code, which belongs to Brian, who is one of our AEM fellow champions. So a tool which helps us to save a lot of time, because as of now, I think you guys are like using AEM for quite a long time, and every time you have to type on that URLs to go to the other console, and that sometimes like can lead to many of the issues, like it takes a lot of time, or you by mistake went to some other domain, or you maybe publish some production page. So we don't want that. That's why this tool is very helpful, I would say. Talking about the tool, there are some basic, I would say, some basic features of it. Like you can directly go to the CRX or to the package manager on a click of a button, and even like if you want to go to the system console or config manager, everything is stated here directly. Also,
Not
there
getting
is a
opened with me.
Can you be
just
on mute?
can you
I think we are getting a lot of noise over there. Yeah,
yeah
that would be helpful.
yeah
Thank you.
thank
Much
you,
appreciated.
much appreciated. Hmm. So yeah, let's continue. So other than that, one of the favorite features of this is the sling logs, because for anything in the system console, you have to go and find out in that menu like where it is. You always forget that, right? You don't really remember where it is, and if you are on a meeting, it kills a lot of time, and people are waiting for you. So it really helps that log support or anything. You can also fix your like whatever URL you are going, be it localhost or be it any URL, so that you don't by mistake hover around a console in any other environment, like directly on production, and you did something and it got messed up. So this saves you a lot. And yeah, basic sites, assets, and all of these features are available. So it's really easy for us to hover around and get things done quickly. And Query Builder is also one of my favorite ones.
So I think for me, this tool really helped with a lot many things. I think if I just talk about being the developer years back, at that time we really struggle around it, right? Remembering that to go to the package manager, we need to click on CRX/package manager,
Package
reach over there.
MGR.
Yeah,
It's
and
not managed.
keep moving through different screens. So to get that kind of an exposure as well, because being years back when I used to go around these screens, I used to find, okay, this is a new console as well, which still exists in AEM. And then it makes us more curious about, all right, what it actually holds. So now using this tool, even for the newly developers who have started with AEM just now, can anytime go and see what these screens are carrying without knowing what are their actual URLs, because that can just be helpful. At the same time, I think this tool really helped me during the debugging sessions, because when we are on the screen, there can be a lot of people from the client end, from our own implementation team, which are there on the team, and you are the one who is sharing the screen and debugging something, right? And it becomes haywire for you as well when people are like, all right, just go to the config manager, let's go to the log support, let's go to there. But at the same time, if you are just not remembering the URLs, it becomes really nervous for you. But yeah, having these tools handy, it just helps you out because it just saves a lot of time. For me, it could be simple tool, yet it just helped a lot in all kind of developments that we do.
Yeah, and just a slide for the key features that I found really helpful. There are some shortcuts. You can just keep that in mind and later use it. And yeah, the installation, it's available for free on Chrome Web Store. You can just download the Chrome extension and use it whenever you want. Uh, and I think it will really be helpful for you. So go grab it.
But also just pin that extension, because at times we forget and we are like, where is that extension going? It is gonna be your daily driver, so just keep it over there.
Yeah, gonna be the daily driver.
All right, so I'm not sure how many of you have experienced working on AEM where you need certain kinds of debugging to be done directly onto the server, or maybe you wanted to just quickly run some parts of script directly onto the server. And at that time, you feel like, all right, I wanted to just run a simple script where I wanted to run a query pull out whatever is coming around from the resources, and on top of it as well, I wanted to run some filters just in order to get right resources which we wanted to see handy, right? While query builder helps a lot, while at the same time it has some limitations when it comes to the advanced queries, because maybe you want to run a specific query, whatever the results come up, you now wanted to filter those results on a specific criteria, or maybe sub filters, right? And at that time it becomes really cumbersome, because to ask people that, hey, I want to deploy a script which is going to run this onto the staging instance, because the content is on staging, and then only we can be able to get all of those paths, it becomes really a big issue altogether, because everybody are not aligned with your idea. They're like, why do you want to write another script to do that, and why it should be part of your project itself, right? So this AEM fiddle, it comes as a lifesaver over there, because now this particular fiddle script can help you run any kind of script directly onto the server just by opening this tool. Just to showcase quickly what I'm talking about over here, I can simply go to EDC tools here, right? So the step one was I just installed a simple ACS AEM Commons package onto my server, and then I have this URL exposed to me on my local, right? Similarly, how it is on local, it could be on the servers. And then I can select which particular script I want to type. It could be a Java servlet I want to run. It could be Java server pages, or even a GraphQL, or even a STL that I want to try over there, right? All right, coming to the use cases of it, it's because it looks very simple that we have these options, we can write anything, we can just run anything. But what are the applications? I can tell from my experiences, there has been many times when there could be a servlet which we have just deployed on QA, and now it is not working. And you get stuck in two questions. Is it because the external requests are not able to bypass the actual, what we call it, right? The filters, right? It is not able to bypass the actual filters, or your method is wrong, or the parameters are not getting supplied properly. What exactly is the issue? So at that time, maybe I will think around, all right, let me go into the fiddle, write a simple script, and just run my servlet directly from this fiddle by passing my static arguments and see what comes out. Or maybe just run through the logs on top of it, right? And specifically when it comes to the long running flows, that a service having a method, calling another method, calling another method, where we have a long running method chaining. And to know that which one method is causing this issue, what we can do is, if it is just a public method exposed through the interface, exposed through the service, all we need to do is run the AEM fiddle script and get it done. All right. So I just prepared some of the snippets in order to showcase some parts of it. These are just simple snippets. So first is, of course, we can write a simple JSP, run the JSP, and see it running over here directly, right? Second is, if I want to run a query builder, I've just wanted to run a simple query where under the slash content, if there are any CQ pages, it should just come out. And then on top of it, maybe I want to write some more if else conditions and see which ones out of this one I wanted to grab a sub list out of it, right? So this is a simple format, because I don't need to do even that. I can just go and plus, click on Java Servlet Compiler. Okay, it will give me a basic setup, but because I have the whole script, I will try to replace it just so that it doesn't cause any issue with the imports or anything. And then I will just simply run code. And now on the right hand side, you can see there are certain paths that got exposed, because those are nothing but whatever came from the query. So there could be certain use cases where you want to run queries, updating the metadata, right, on various pages. For example, I wanted to see under the clothing if there are certain pages which are created by so and so component, and now because component has been updated, I want to add another field on top of it so that the existing pages won't broke. So what I can do is, I go in the fiddle, I run my query Whatever comes out, I can simply write over there a simple logic that go find the modifiable value map of those resources and write a specific property on top of it so that those are backward compatible. So it's a lifesaver for sure.
Yeah, it helped me a lot, Devanshu. I would say, like, I am the guy who is the query builder guy of the team. So the kind of operations we do require like appending a lot of query work, and sometimes if you even use the query debugger and then you get it back to the code, it doesn't really work because it's a very complex query, not just a map, also creating a predicate and predicate group, merging them, creating a query and all that. But I can, with this, I can run the code here directly and then just fix it up. So that helped me a lot.
Yeah, but just don't run it on productions unless it is being you have already have communicated the same thing to your team is good with that, and all those things, right? Because we don't want any of the content nodes or anything to be updated by these scripts while team not knowing about it. And don't worry, you will have your request sessions which will be getting used in this one. So based upon your accesses, these scripts will be executed.
For sure.
All right, so let's just come back to the slides. Okay, over to you, Arko.
Yeah, let's talk about a very popular extension nowadays. So as we are moving toward the edge delivery services, this is a extension which is the daily driver of many of us who are practicing edge delivery services. It's developed and maintained by Adobe. It really helps us to switch contexts fast and build up any of our like EDS websites. So it has like a quick workflow where you can toggle between the edit, the preview, and the publish. The edit being the doc itself. So most of us are currently, I think, using the doc-based authoring because it's very beneficial for the authors to get going through authoring, and that too without any additional learning curve of a AEM dashboard. So that's why I think it's very beneficial. But a tool like this really helps us a lot, so that we can just switch the context and keep it easy.
I think
Yeah.
for the features, we can just directly go
Yeah,
to
I
the,
think we can just directly go through the demo.
Yeah, that
And
would be much.
just see that out. So if you have already like set up edge delivery services, you would know what this is. This is a doc. This is a simple plain doc in your what you say, this Google Doc, right? This is our tool. Earlier it used to be here somewhere, but now, as you know, that the last tool is deprecated and this is the new one. I think this is more comfortable to just switch between the things, and a very simple tool, as you can say. So this is the source, preview, and live. So this is the source, right? This is something where you can change anything, author anything back. Like let's have a small edit like congrats for joining the kickoff. Simple, right? We can go preview.
Yeah, it takes time sometimes.
Take some time. It's here. See, the website is now has been updated with this. Like, this is the source. By this you can just directly switch to preview. You don't even need to like switch between tabs. And when you want to go live, just publish it. Simple, published. It's all already on live. Also, you can switch back to preview or to the source.
Just to add a little bit context to it, I think because there can be Arco some of the users who are more into the traditional AEM systems, while may have not experience around the edge delivery services.
Yeah, for sure.
So for you, there is a new tool which is out there. You can just go to aem.live, to know more about it, which is Edge Delivery Services, that just allows you to create your website directly using the SharePoint or Google Drive docs, where you can just create your website directly in those pages, because it just gives an edge for the marketing people, because they may not be that much technical, but when it comes to the documents, they can manage it pretty well. So you can create certain structures and give them those ideas that, okay, to create a carousel, go ahead, put a picture in your MS Doc, not MS Doc,
No,
SharePoint, right? Yeah,
SharePoint
in the
or
SharePoint or Google Drive,
Google
just
Drive.
go over there, put a doc, put these things over there, and just click on preview or live, and it's published.
Yeah,
And
very
it's
simple
that fast
format.
because you can just develop all of the components by using a plain vanilla JavaScript, and the development itself becomes easy. You don't need to wait for hours long build, because it hardly takes 3 to 4 minutes to build a specific component on directly to the stage or maybe to the uh, production, right?
We call it blocks now.
Yeah, we call it blocks now. So you have lots of blocks available over there, and to know means in your local as well, right? You can just go ahead, do these simple steps. These are hardly 2 3 4 steps, and you can have your first website ready just by doing these steps. Although there could be a complexities when it comes to your organizational systems, but try on your personal systems. It's as simple as going to the GitHub, creating a repo, adding a sidekick extension, and just going over there. And
Yeah.
what's most wonderful is that there has been a lot of websites which are live so far, which are entirely using the Edge Delivery Services document-based authoring. At the same time, they are able to achieve 100% of the lighthouse score, because
That's
that's
the
a,
main objective of this edge delivery. We
yes.
wanted to reduce any kind of lag that we have from our website so that it could rank higher, because obviously a website which has more performance is going to be higher on the Google or any other search engine. So it's good. Also, an Easter egg.
So over here, if you can see this whole website, right, the blog.adobe.com has been developed entirely by using the Edge Delivery Services. I think, Arko, you can just proceed with the feature that we wanted to talk about.
Yeah, so there is a feature where you can view document source, and you will see the whole document of the website, whatever they have done. So this makes it very simple for, I would say, developers or anyone who wants to know that how is this authored, because at the starting you don't really sometimes know. Maybe your page is not working, you want to take a reference. So you can just go to any website which is created by Edge Delivery Services, do the view source, and you will see it. And it makes it very clear, like how it is done, and then you can replicate it and fix yours.
Because when I got fascinated, I got fascinated around that Volvo Trucks website, when I got to
That's a
understand
cool
that,
one.
yeah, which has been entirely being created. I believe so. I can just give it a try. I think that may be some other domain of it. But yeah, even lots of big brands are coming to the HDV services now and creating the whole website out of it. And this view document source just help you, think around a better way that, okay, this is the content, how I want my authors to author this. So you can go and take these references that, okay, this could be the best structure, and I need to tell my code that this is how the structure is going to be, and this is how it needs to get used.
Yeah, let's move back to the presentation. So the installation is very simple. As of any Chrome extension, just get it from your Sidekick, like get it from your web store, and also just log in so that you are logged into your environment, and then just use it. It's simple plug and play. Let's talk about the shared component approach.
Yeah, so I think out of all the ACS Commons tools, this is also one of those tools which can just help life easier, because we see people using, or maybe organizations being using those global pages in order to keep all the global configurations, and it becomes a lot redundant, because you have a lot of metadata spillovers happening on one page to another page, and lots of references, lots of atoms, molecules being spilled over. So now, to keep things pretty much easy, clean, All right, so now my use case comes with the shared component is maybe I want to have certain kind of a dialogue that when I change a hero on one specific page or or a specific in header or somewhere I want to change it. Want to make sure that the same header or same hero configurations should get applied on all the pages where hero is. I know that's not a usual use case, but yes, we do have it. And one of the best use case that can come around in my mind is coming to the insurance websites, right? Because they have fluctuating interest rates. And maybe they have used their interest rates in the text, in hero banners, a lot many places, right? Because it's a whole marketing website. And now whenever they are changing their house loan rates or any kind of interest rates, they want to change it at one single place. And when they change it, it should get referred in the whole website. So in that turn, the shared and global components features comes into the play, because now you can have the dialogues at the component level, which are global dialogues as well as the shared dialogues. So global dialogues are nothing but kind of a dialog boxes where you change something, it gets changed globally. All right, sorry, I was not on the presentation. Let's just skip these steps for now. Yeah. So if you see over here in this picture, right, we have two more icons. One is with this globe that comes out, and one is this with some layered kind of an icon, layers icon. So now when you click on the layers icon, you will be able to configure the shared properties of a specific component. And similarly, which means that whenever you'll change something on the same component, and if that same component has been used somewhere else, so the shared component, the shared properties of that particular component will be updated. For example, in Hero, you want to make sure that whenever you will go live with a new event, right? You want to make sure that on all the pages, that new event should flash up. For example, the India chapter kickoff or a new event altogether, right? So you want to make sure that whenever you will add something in the shared dialog, that should just come over all the Hero components. While you wanted to stick to the standard authoring as well, because on page one, there could be other 3 slides that you can configure via the standard dialog. And there could be a possibility of having some global properties, which means, as I said, that you want to make sure that certain text, whenever it will change at one specific place, it should get changed across, right? Maybe it could be the rates, interest rates, or prices, or it could be any kind of, right? Maybe a company logo, right? You are using company logo at various different places. You don't want to change it in all the components when company logo gets updated, right? Or brand logo. So in that case, it comes handy. So when it comes to how can we achieve this, I think all we need to do is you can just go to the Adobe Consulting Services website, the ACS Commons website, and you can have some simple steps in order to set up this whole framework. That you need to have a configuration for page root, you need to have a shared component properties, page info provider, and certain more steps are there. But these are pretty standard, so I don't want you to hold back and just show up all those steps. You can just refer over here, and then you will be having those dialogues. The point comes that where are these properties stored so that these can be shared across the pages. So those are stored at the root level. So like how you see the template level policy for the components are being saved at components, and then you have all the component nodes in the similar kind of a pattern. At JCR content node of your root page, there will be a shared properties node under which there will be each component node for the shared, and for global, there will be only one node because all the properties are global. So whenever you are changing something at somewhere, then those will be propagated directly to all the components without you need to manage all the different headless pages, configuration pages. That just makes life a little bit more easier altogether. And you can have a standard framework because you have some simple way to access those properties by saying bindings.shared properties, and you have even shared properties service class available that you can inject to your models, and that can just pull up the values directly from there without actually specifying over there. Okay, so just go and refer to these pages in order to find out like how you can just set it up. And if you have any further questions, you can come over here. Just to quickly go over these steps. Number one step is we need to have the shared component properties IMPL. that we need to, enable because it is not activated by default. Second is we need to have one additional client library that we wanted to set up so that we can have embedded ACS common shared component properties library coming over there. Next is we want to specify the root path of our page, because under that particular path itself, this should come into play, and that's where your properties will also be stored. If it is shared properties, those will get stored directly on those node structures. Coming to page info provider, this is a standard one. All you need to do is you have a specific, but yeah, there is a hack over there, which is at times you may not find the page in the AEM as a cloud service. You need to have it on libs, WCM, foundation, components, basic page.
Yeah, some of the changes are there regarding the AEM as a cloud service. So
Versus,
you have to
content.
sometimes figure it out, like how to reach that particular spot.
Right. So just pick up all the nodes under this path inside the libs and copy it directly inside your own page component. And under that, all you need to do is add another node, which just points to that specific service that it's gonna use, right? And then you have all your shared and global dialogues in the components.
Don't forget to restart AEM.
Yeah, you need to restart it.
You need to restart it.
Yeah. At times we all get stuck because when
I think why is it not working? But it's because you haven't restarted it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is about the tools that we have for you guys. But as the next step, what we wanted to do is we want to check, you can raise your hands to tell about your AEM journey and what tools you feel can just help you out in order to make things live or life's easier altogether.
Yeah, Arko, I just wanted to ask one thing you that I haven't AEM as of now, and I am into content authoring, but I haven't used AEM in any of my career journey. Okay, so I just wanted to know, like, do we have something in hobby where I can work on any project to get hands-on experience on AEM? Anything that you want to suggest me?
To get hands-on experience, I think this is a slippery slope, because so if you are a content author, I think you can get a AEM jar or any other AEM things that you want from your company. So then what you can do is you can just use the weekend website. There is a AEM weekend website, WKND something. So you can just deploy
WKND,
that.
I think.
Yeah, something like that. I don't
Yeah.
exactly remember the name. So
Yeah,
that
yeah, yeah.
that website is a practice website, I would say. So you can use that website.
Thank you,
That
Achal, for putting it in the chat. So you can just pick it from chat.
Yeah, you can just
Yeah, please
go
do
to
that.
that
Please
and
do
see.
that.
Thanks, Achal.
Yeah.
So other than that,
Yeah, because I am actually looking out for change, but in today's market, AEM is on high demand, and I haven't worked upon AEM in my career. That's the reason I just wanted, like, but I have a good experience on in content authoring, like around 7 years of experience, but I don't have any knowledge about AEM. That's why I am not getting much opportunities.
yeah,
That's
I
the reason
completely
I
get it,
want
Kajal.
to, yeah, 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 yeah.
What you can do is you can go to the Adobe League and check some resources out, and
Mm-hmm.
also use this weekend to have some practice. And I think this
Okay.
will be beneficial for you.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. Thank you.
All right.
All right. Anyone else?
We can also pick up some questions over here. I can see some of them are coming along.
That's Q&A. Yeah, we can start that.
Is it possible to use this for write operations as well on server? Yes, Shailesh, you can use it, the fiddle scripts to do that. Your session will be utilized over there because whatever is your resolver session will be used over there. If your session is having the access to those particular nodes to get updated, you can anytime go ahead and use it. And it will work out because if you wanted to update any metadata or anything, you can directly go over there. Is it possible to check in development environment or we can use for only for local? Yes, I'm spelling the name correctly. Kirtana, yeah. So yes, you can do it directly on any of the servers where you have this tool installed. I think
I need a package for that.
Correct.
You have to just get the package installed in the package manager and you will be able to use the tool.
Because you will be having that whole dashboard coming along for you, and then you can just put your scripts alongside over there and those will run up. And you can check the logs, you can check the outputs, whatever you want over there. It is just like triggering that particular script part for you. Any alternative if extensions are blocked due to org policy? I don't know. Do you have the answer?
No. No other way, man.
Okay, just check with your admin.
Yeah, check
team.
with your admin because this is not something which will hinder your privacy, I would say. So you can have a talk with your security professionals and get this whitelisted. It should work. Yeah.
Thank you, Achal. Yeah, and I think Achal just talked about this AEM IDE tool in the market space, which we have it. So this will just help you with a lot of suggestions directly coming onto your screen. Let me just share it because I'll just share it. I just opened it up now. So this is one of the extensions for the JetBrains, which you can find on the marketplace. And then whenever you are writing your HTLs or your dialogues, it just knows those keywords, those things, how to entirely consume it. So have it installed on your marketplace, from the marketplace inside your IDE if you are using IntelliJ. And I recommend IntelliJ a lot.
It's great. No Eclipse.
Yeah. Okay. More questions? Do we have? How can we migrate the users and groups from AEM on-prem to cloud? Yeah, I think for this one, you can just go through, the experience league because there has been a specific document that talks about it. What I remember from last is that there has been a tool where you can just put everything in the AEM user sync tool in your LDAP, and then those users will directly get synced to your IMS, the AEM IMS. So yeah, you can just go ahead and explore it in detail, and I'm pretty sure that it may come up and solve your use case. Because I have seen a lot of organizations moving to cloud these days, and they are using the same kind of a practice. Dinesh. Okay, we got another good tool. I'm just trying to click on it.
Power editor.
Okay, yeah, no more boring CRX editors. So just to showcase when everybody is over here, this is another plugin that you can have, which can just help you have your HTML edit in CRXDE Lite to be converted in something like this, which is the standard editor configuration, so that you don't need to use the plain Notepad kind of an editing, and you can have. I'm pretty sure it may have some more features to it, but definitely you can just go and explore this tool as well.
I won't really recommend to use CRX as your like editing anything. Yeah, you can do it for some of the use cases, but like make sure whenever you try to do this to not run a build and get everything lost for the beginners.
Yeah, thank you, Anirudh, for those
Thank
details.
you.
More questions? Because we are still waiting for more questions and things. Because this we tend to make it an interactive session. That's the reason we both came together on the screen. Feel free to raise your hands.
Anyone?
Okay. I think meanwhile, do we have any sync tool? I have tried couple, but always ran into one or other issue. I think Shailesh, for this, I really think that VS Code sync tool really helps in order to push or pull from the server directly. So you can just try to explore it. Most of the developers use this as a standard offering. So just try to have a look on it. And then coming to the next part of the session, which is to talk around how you can be the next speaker. I think we kept it in the initial, but yeah, we wanted to talk about it now. So yeah, so for doing that, whenever you will go to the AEM user group after this event, you will see a form, and all you need to do is fill the form with best of your information that you can just provide over there. And once you submit, we will get all the submissions or registrations, we will get it, and then we can just filter out which ones we can talk to and can come up with the ideations that how we can just plan another event by having more people coming up. And we are really looking forward to have more offline events, so we really encourage you people to do that. We have same kind of setups, I believe, in North American chapters and even other user groups. But yeah, it would be the first time in India, and let's all try to contribute to it, and let's see how we can make it a better community. And all ideas are welcome. You have the email IDs. You can reach out to us on LinkedIn, and yeah, I think that covers it all. Yeah. Any other questions? We have a Q&A round remaining for next 10 minutes. Otherwise, we can get. You can unmute yourself and speak up. I want to take it away and want to be over here.
Am I audible?
Yeah.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
Lakshmi.
yeah, right now I am working as a senior AEM developer, and in next few years I want to see myself as an AEM architect.
I think we lost.
I think we lost you.
Devanshu, one question for me, for you. So, is AEM is going to get replaced by EDS in future, and AEM is going to get decommissioned?
That's a great question. So, Hari, for this one, we need to understand two parts of the problem statements. I think we are also preparing a document to talk more about it. That is, when it comes to the EDS, right? EDS came into the market for a specific reason. The reason is that it comes up with a high lighthouse score. All the marketing teams doesn't have to wait for each component to get developed, move to dev, QA, production, right? And they can just skip those pipelines, the heavy pipeline, because the creativity really hampers because how the trends are moving in the market space, right? If a marketer is having an idea today for a campaign, they want to get it live tomorrow, and they don't want to wait for a component to get developed, come up with the requirements, and go through the whole 3 to 4 months of GTM duration that you can't make a go-to-market that quickly. So there will be always an overlap. That's how I should tell you, because it's not like EDS can take over. EDS can be specific for the pages or things which you wanted to come up really quick, like maybe blogging sites, maybe landing pages, maybe campaigns, forms. But when it comes to the real detailed authoring, right, where you need the technical authors, so no, I don't see any near future that it's going to get replaced with EDS as such.
But I
Yeah, I think
see Adobe is suggesting all the clients now to use EDS, and they can't say, right, we are going to decommission AEM in
no.
future. They can't say because most of the projects are now on AEM, so they can't say that. But I feel like these days they're focusing on only EDS. Now I'm in dilemma like whether I should be in this technology and move to some other technology. So completely
I
cross
think
platform. So because I
yeah.
see even in my company as well, I see there are no new AEM projects are coming. So I'm in bit confusion like whether I should switch to some other technology or should I stick with the AEM only, because from the beginning I'm an AEM only. It's been like 13 years of experience on AEM itself. So now,
Yeah, there is always a parallel curve that keeps on going where we have certain new tools coming up for a specific reasons while keeping the existing ones moving ahead. And there is always a, balance of all of those tech. Because if, for example, if the new thing comes up like AI in AM, doesn't mean it cannot completely take away the authoring part of it, even if the AI is generating those authoring copies, because there should be someone who needs to moderate it. So yeah, there is always tools that comes up to save our life, to make things faster and take away the chaos which we are existingly going through, or the silos. So yeah, means you can just look forward to the new tech, as well as that's what I can recommend, as well as just stick to the existing ones. So that just gives you an edge for the real problem solving, rather than thinking one technology as one. Yeah.
And also, I don't really think Adobe is trying to replace this. They are trying to say that the clients to also go with this, because in a project there are multiple use cases, right? There are some sites which are very old and very
hmm,
complex, and some of them are like landing pages or the home page where you want more of a performance, right? So in that case, edge delivery helps. I don't think it will completely replace AEM, but that we can see in the future. But currently, they are telling to go together with AEM and EDS, both of them.
okay, thank you.
Still have 5 minutes, anyone?
I'm just trying to open up the Q&As. I'm starting up, or we have in chat. Okay.
Thanks, Sonali.
Yeah, hi Devanshu. I had one question.
Well,
Sure.
Yeah, so I just wanted to know a few more things about the Adobe Champion and other things, AEM Champions. I do have seen few of the people as AEM Champions, but not sure how they
Yes.
really got achieved it, and just few more insights on it, please.
I,
Your
your
voice
voice
is,
is very low,
yeah,
actually.
we are just trying to concentrate in order to understand.
Oh, sorry, I missed it. Yeah, I just wanted to know more on AEM Champions.
Okay, so for that, just to give you a brief, AEM Champions is kind of a
Advocacy
advocacy
program.
program where the Adobe selects 40 champions across the globe. I think that's a number even right now running. I think
Yeah, we
yeah,
can't guarantee that's a number.
yeah.
It happened last year, 40 people.
And it's as simple as you can just find out the form. I think we also circulates it every year whenever we want to do market it. And being an AEM champion just gives you an edge over having all the events like summit. You can get some discounted passes over there, as well as you have the better networks because you will be part of those community. And this community is all about getting the individuals who are really excited about sharing the knowledge and want to grow this whole community as a whole. So those are 40 champions that are selected. And to do that, as I said, all you need to do is go ahead, fill the form, fill it with the best of your knowledge, and you will get nominated, and then you will be part of the AIM champions community as well.
Yeah, you can do that next year because this 10th June was the last date.
Yeah,
So
10
we
June
are
was the
already
last date.
done.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, Lakshmi. Thank you, Sushant. Lakshmi.
But my
Yeah.
question is,
Huh.
right now I am working as a senior AEM developer and as an AEM architect in next few years. So what should be the pathway that I should follow? If you could give me a guideline.
Solve more problems. once you keep on working on multiple different kinds of programs coming up, when you see for the banking sectors, there are entirely different kinds of problem sets that they solve, because over there you can't expose the API directly. There has been governance and a lot of other factors that are involved. While when you go for any automobile or maybe any content-centric websites, everything is open. So there has been a lot of different problem statements when it comes to different markets all around the globe. So yeah, that just gives you an edge when you solve different problems, keep going through it, keep finding out more such new amazing ways to solve it, or meeting more people who are solving them, being an architect. Yeah, that could be a way around for that.
Yeah,
Yeah. So
it's about
solving.
like practicing multiple kinds of stack and like multiple architectures and more complex architectures, so that you can really understand it and give some feedbacks to your architect, try to understand it more. That's how I think it's gonna be. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Arko and Devanshu. So basically, the key point or the tip is to find out more problems and provide solutions to them.
Yes, yes,
Yeah, yeah.
exactly.
Thank
Thank
you. Yeah.
you.
All right, we are having 1 minute. Any last question before we wrap up? Okay.
I will leave it.
Thank you so much, guys, for being part of this kickoff session. I think it was pretty light because we wanted to cater most of the people in different domains. So go ahead, fill the form if you want to be the next one. And thank you so much for taking out the time. See you
Thanks,
in the next
guys.
event.
See you soon. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.